Hello, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to talk about Frankenstein MD. Now, I really love this websicle. This is made by Pemberley Press, and it's a really good websicle. It's based on the book Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. It is not really finished totally, I would say. It is about a girl who is Frankenstein, obviously. Her name is Victoria Frankenstein, and she is working and trying to get her medical doctor. Now, her whole thing is that she is trying to build this creature, and she takes a friend of hers and kind of, create him, basically bring him back to life. And it's kind of like Frankenstein in that aspect, but I really love it because it really takes the medical. Talks about medical stuff, real life medical problems, and things like that, and it applies it to the scientific world, as in the book as well. But it also is different because it's a modern day retelling, so it is definitely very different than what they used to do, and there's no electricity and stuff like that. And it's really an interesting concept as well. This Frankenstein does have qualities of a scarier being. My favorite episode is basically when he asked her to build him a friend because everybody's afraid of him, obviously, and calling him a monster. And he accidentally killed one of her friends that is close, and she kind of rejects him out of fear. And it's really interesting because it's all about fear. Frankenstein is definitely about fear. You're fearing this monster, you're creeped out by this monster, and it's kind of that way in every adaptation. I am doing a watch-a-thon, I would say, of all the Frankenstein movies and stuff, so you might hear a lot more of reviews on that. Anyway, so Frankenstein also has an assistant named Iggy, and Iggy is like Igor, I guess, but, less weird and stuff. But I really like Iggy. He is probably one of my favorite characters in the television series because he gets slapped around. He's kind of like the nerd of the group, and it's really awesome. And then there's Eli, who is the husband, or not husband, but boyfriend to Victoria. They start getting close. Unfortunately, he ends up being demised, as if you read the book. This is a spoiler review. I forgot to say that, but if you haven't seen it, you should see it before you watch this video. But it does have a lot of concepts of how you create a creature, and what, kind of like, not how you create a creature, but like, what the circumstances to creating something that you don't know can talk or can communicate or has a lot of strength and doesn't know the regulations and stuff like that. So it's really an interesting concept as a whole. I really like how they film it. They film it in this lab in the beginning, and then closer they film it in Victoria's room, which is sort of chaotic, used storage place. And I really like the filming of it as well, because it does have that kind of personal vlog like that we're used to and we like, in social media. So yeah, it does have that. So I really like that as well. And yeah, and I also really like, because throughout the progress of the film. So she's trying to be a medical doctor and doing experiments and kind of doing it on her channel or whatever, and then she ends up creating Frankenstein, and then there's that kind of cycle of events. If you read the book, you know what happens, or you watch any Frankenstein adaptation, you know what happens to the monster, or what happens with the monster. Now, the monster's not really evil in Frankenstein. He is more, I want someone to like me. I'm lonely. I don't have anyone to talk to. And so I want to have a friend. And yeah, and it's kind of hard to deal with that, I would think. But he is a monster, and he is ugly, and people are judging him and scared because he's strong and interesting. So yeah. Besides that, I'm also yeah. Besides that, it is a really, really good adaptation to the book. So I would recommend, if you want to read Frankenstein, read that book and then watch the Frankenstein MD, because it's super entertaining and it's fun and it's interesting. There's not a lot of stuff that goes on, like it's only from like half point, I think, in like the book, I believe it's like half point, because the book he ends up doing a lot more stuff and it's creepy. But then in Frankenstein MD, he, you know, yeah. I'm not going to tell you that much, but yeah. You should go watch it. And I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!